Yes, lads, I'm back. I'm just going to be posting a quick video. These are going to be a couple of videos building up to January. Obviously, the January transfer window will be opening, and it's just going to be me trying to rebuild, trying to help a team, and who I would sign. I've got three signings to make, relatively in line with what their transfer policy is. So, struggling teams or teams that are trying to dominate the league that aren't supposed to be where they are in the league. So, I thought the easiest one to start this with would be Arsenal, obviously coming off the back of that 3-0 defeat to Manchester City. I will be providing three signings who I believe Arsenal should go and get. Now, on the screen now will be their lineup versus Man City. Obviously, Tierney's injured, is the main one for me. Kolasinac obviously came off with that injury. So I'll leave this on screen until I say about the first signing. Now, the first signing, in my opinion, is a bit of an out-of-the-box one. It's a 27-year-old Swiss centre-back called Fabian Schär, obviously playing at Newcastle, who I think is the most underrated player in the entire Premier League at the minute. He is a ridiculously good centre-back in a ridiculously shit team. Fabian Schär would cost Arsenal around 20 million according to the current transfer market value. He's currently on the rise. He's a very, very good centre-back. He's coming into his prime, and I think putting Schär alongside Sokratis would be an incredible addition. Schär has played for Newcastle for a number of years. He's been extremely solid for them, over the past however many years he's played. He's played 11 games this season. He's even got a goal. He's played for Newcastle since the start of last year, I believe. He's obviously a Switzerland international, having 52 appearances for them. He's also a threat going forward from corners. He's a very, very good fucking attacking-minded player. But he's also played once in the Carabao Cup for Newcastle. I believe for a price of just above 20 million, this would be an incredible signing for Arsenal. Now, the second player I'm going to recommend is currently playing at Real Betis, 28-year-old central attacking midfielder Sergio Canales, who's currently valued at just under 30 million, which I believe they'll be able to get him for about just above 30 million. I'd say 30 to 35 million, which would be an incredible price for Sergio Canales. He is obviously, as I said, 28-year-old attacking midfielder. He's extremely creative. He's got 16 games under his belt in La Liga this year. He's also capped for Spain twice, and has recently been at clubs such as Valencia, Real Madrid, and Racing Club. I do believe Canales is sort of coming into his prime, and he's extremely creative. And with Ozil's extremely lackluster performances, especially against Manchester City previously, I do think Sergio Canales will be an incredible signing for the low price, in my opinion, of £35 million. Now, the next signing I'm going to recommend is going to be a young Norwegian defensive midfielder, as I quite like Guendouzi, but his positioning at times is extremely erratic. I'm going for a player that's played in the Belgian first tier this season consistently. He's got 4 goals in 19 from defensive midfield at the age of 21. It's going to be Sander Berge, currently at Genk, who would be available for about 30 million. For a young prospect like Sander Berge, who can play anywhere in the central midfield roles. Obviously, he's played in the Champions League, 6 appearances for KRC Genk. He's played in cup competitions in Belgium. For just a 21-year-old to already be a Belgian champion, he's got winning in him. He can play centre mid, CDM, cam if you need to push him up there. But I think for the price of 30 million, getting a young, creative central defensive midfielder like this, who can also put in defensive work, coming in at almost 2 meters tall, I think would be an incredible signing. So just to recap, you'd have the team on screen now, and you'd have, instead of Callum Chambers, you would have Fabian Schär. Instead of Mesut Ozil, you would have Sergio Canales, and also instead of Guendouzi, you would have Sander Berge. That's going to be it for the first episode of this sort of my take on the transfer window that this team should have. This is obviously only 3 signings for a relatively affordable price, because I know the Cronkies don't tend to spend too much. But hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, like, because it does put the video up in the recommendations. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.